Dun 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 dun. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Go 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 man. Dun 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 dun. It is time. It is time. We are early. We are here. Yo, man, never have I been so grateful. Never have I been so grateful to have been in the middle of final season, man. Hold on, dude. Hold on. Never. Good lighting? I can't believe it. Dude, I have never been so grateful for the fact that we are here today in the middle of a finals week. This week and next week, I'm guaranteed to at the very least be home today, right, on Wednesday. So, tomorrow I was going to be at work all day, so thank God that the chapter dropped today, man. Oh! Let's go, man. Early Oda, ladies and gentlemen. Early Oda. Let me know in the comments section if my audio is good. I fixed my camera, as you guys can tell. It took me a little while, but we got it back on the stand. We're good to go. We do not have to say goodbye to Camera-kun just yet. We don't have to say goodbye to Camera-kun just yet. Thank you, Nasty Ninja. I appreciate you so much. Nothing but love to everyone, man. Yo, shout out to Spicy, Akbar J, JD Double Dubs, Akash Panda, Goat Luffy, Don Wanderer, Silva. Like, yo, we got mad people in here. Vortex, yo, we got mad people in here, man. Let's go, dude. Audio Wapu, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen. Listen, bro. I have been so hyped for this chapter that over the last couple of days, I was just rereading random sections of the story. And yesterday, I was rereading the section leaving Thriller Bark and going into Sabaori, the Duval mini arc. And man, dude, why is everything this series produces, at the very least to me, so entertaining and so special? I was reading the Duval mini arc, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever created. and I know it's because of my connection to the characters, but I can't help it. Dog, it had been a few months, I would even dare say a year maybe, since I've gone through that stuff. So going through it again, I was like, no, this stuff is actually peak. Like, actually really, really peak. There was just, I've been in such a mood ever since we found out that Kuma entered the time skip territories that he sent all the strides to reread Sabaori. So, you know, going through that entire thing, but the Duval stuff really had me like flag darts. I forgot how good this stuff is, man, but if that stuff to me is peak, then what am I gonna be feeling? What should I be feeling today? When we are in the middle of arguably peak Oda, peak peace. We are here today to celebrate 390 reactions / reviews we've done on the channel, because I started with 710 on the old channel. 390 chapter reactions / streams / reviews / whatever. And we are also here today for something way more important than that, which is to come on here today, sit in this chair, and celebrate 1,100 chapters. 1100. There's a reason why you can make 10 out of 10 out of that thing. Because this series is 10 out of 10. This arc is 10 out of 10. Final Saga Oda is 10 out of 10. And you want to know what it is above all of that? The entire spectrum of everything this series has ever produced. The best-selling manga in history can be summarized in 1100. Why? Because it's a 1, it's a 1, it's a 0, and it's a 0. I don't care if you put 11 out of 10. I don't care if you put 10 out of 10. I don't care what you do with that number. You're gonna be correct. 1,000? 100? I'm agreeing with you, son. I'm agreeing with you. Why? Because we are not in the middle of Dressrosa like when I started the channel. We are not in the middle of Zoe or Whole Cake or Reverie or Wano or any of that stuff. We are in the middle of Vegapunk's land, Egghead Island, that from chapter 1061 to chapter 1100 has been peak Oda, peak Peace, and I've loved every single second of it in a series and in a spectrum, a stretch of chapters that I dare say I would put up against any other. It has just been that good, man. And we've been cooking, we've been eating. Oda's bought like 7 grills. He's learned how to barbecue. He's putting some stuff on there. I've been teaching him the Spanish secret sauces. I'm doing my thing, man. Because I'm doing my thing. Because all of you are doing your thing. Then Oda is doing his thing, man. Oda's doing what Alejandro Garnacho did in the first 5 minutes of the match against Everton when he delivered a beautiful bicycle kick, proceeded to do a Sue after that. That is what Oda's been doing throughout the course of the entire final saga. Why? Because we are here today to reach and read what is undoubtedly about to be a 10 out of 10 chapter retrospective of the 1100th installment in the best-selling manga in history, what is nearly the best-selling comic of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the one and the only, the Ichiro Oda masterpiece known as Peace. Y'all ready, boys? Yo, man, if I've ever been more ready for a chapter, I don't know. But it's 1100. Probably 1000. Alright, last time I was this excited before heading into the chapter. Obviously, the stuff that takes place within the chapter is well, that's a lie. 1044 is probably the most excited I've ever been heading into a chapter, just based on the stuff surrounding it and the break week and all that stuff. But this is special, man. This is really, really special. This right here, this is something that not many series can say they've done, is to continue keep the audience as hooked as we are 1,100 chapters in. It's hard enough to keep an audience invested for 10 chapters, 30 chapters, 50 chapters. And I would dare say, at the very least on my side of the community, it's been, I can't remember a time where so many individuals have been this invested with One Piece in so many different ways. And so it's been really, really special. I thank Oda for continuing to produce at such a high level. 1,100 chapters is crazy, man. He's been producing Heat since 1997. And I can only hope that we continue long enough here to see 1,200 or 1,300, depending on how long Oda's going to go. So obviously we got the time skip in chapter 598 and Return to Sabaody from like 598 to 603. So if the series were to end in that 1,200, 1,300 range, I would not be surprised. But because of where we are right now, because of how long Egghead's taken, I don't think it's ending on 1,200. So I think we still got at least another 150 in us, 200 in us maybe. We'll see what happens. But man, oh man, ladies and gentlemen, let's go, dude. I'm so excited. I am so, whoa! I didn't even check the supers. What's going on here? Okay, so we've got Ali G, the God Hand of Finance, pops by to bring us 20 gifted memberships. Nothing but love to Ali G for continuing to give us as many gifts as Oda has given us this year, man. What a crazy individual. Shout out to my boy Ali G. Nothing but love to you, man. You are one crazy flagnard for continuing to give these gifts, bro. I truly, truly appreciate you, Ali G, man. Thank you for the 20 gifted. Pluto comes in with a fax saying $5. Man U depression stream, let's go. Yo, the Man U game's not even in my mind. The moment that the game ended, I was like, all right, it is what it is, especially when Breezy Bird added me and was like, yo, the One Piece chapter is out on DCB. I was like, what? What? Oh, that moment, everything that happened in that game was gone. All of the errors, all of the missed opportunities, I was gone. I don't care anymore. It's time for Oda, baby. It's time, man. Nothing but love to you, Pluto, man. Jonathan Tamal comes in with a 5 and says, yo, coach, it's time for more peak. Also, I've just started OG FF7 and it's peak. Oh, man. That's a special experience, bro. It's fascinating to see the differences between the OG and the remake. Honestly, that is one of the coolest things. Whether you go through the OG first or the remake first, I always implore people to go back and revisit the original material so you can have something to compare it to, because it is very different. It is a different experience, and it's really, really cool. And I appreciate you going back to it. It's like somebody who watches the anime going back and reading the manga. So shout out to you, Jonathan Tamal, man. It's time for some more Peak, and definitely hit me up next time with another FF7 update, because I've really been enjoying those. Amir S comes in membership for 10 months, almost a year. Let's go, coach. Let's get right into it. Let me go ahead and put the let me see. Pull. You know what? I'm not putting up a poll today. It's chapter 1100. I'm reading the title. It's chapter 1100, man. I'm reading the title. No poll today. We're not doing a poll today. No poll today, man. It is time for chapter 1100. I'm reading the title. No matter what that may have in store, I want to read it because it's it is a milestone chapter, and so I'm gonna go ahead and make that decision. So let me go ahead and make sure I have enough water behind me. And then next week we'll come back to the whoa, JD Double Dubs. So JD Double Dubs comes in. I love the color of this Superman. I don't think I've ever seen it like this. It has like this really nice gold texture to it. A 1 with the balloons. An 11. Oh, yo, I love that. The 1100 or the $11 for 1100. That's super cool, JD Double Dubs. First time I've ever super chatted anyone. Yo, man, that means a lot, dude. I really appreciate you. First time I've ever super chatted anyone, but chapter 1100 is an occasion I cannot pass up. Cheers to 1100 chapters of Peak, 7 years of streams, and the best One Piece hype man on earth, King_Recon. Nah, man. Yo, JD Double Dubs, dude, you are absolutely a legend for this Superman. I'm honored to be the very first individual here to have received a super chat from you, man. That is not only an honor, but for this milestone, it's very fitting, celebrating the One Piece greatness. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the kind words. All of these years of Peak, man. All of these years of Peak. I really do appreciate you. And man, we're just gonna keep striving forward here, and we can only do as much as Oda provides us, man. Oda continues to provide us greatness. Come on, come on. So, thank you, JD Double Dubs, man. Very, very beautifully said, and I truly appreciate you so much. Nothing but love to you, JD Double Dubs. Thank you, yo. Let's get into the chapter. Oh, God, man. JJK is not out, right? Because I can't wait for that chapter. No, it's just One Piece. All right. Do we have a color page this week? No color page for 1100? Yo, missed opportunity there, but it's all right. It's all right. The chapter will make up for it. Here we go. What's gonna be the title, man? Bro, if the title... Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Should I read the chapter? Oh, man, I think I made the wrong decision. Oh, no, I think I made the wrong decision, man. I'm on the dashboard. I'm about to eject. No, man. Oh, this chapter is going to break me, dude. This isn't going to be a celebration chapter. This is going to be an emotional, heartbreaking chapter. Oh, my God. Oh, abort mission, man. Abort mission. Oh, my goodness. The title of the chapter. The title of chapter 1100 is Thank You, Bonnie. That has the most, this is going to be a sad chapter vibes that you could ever ask for from a chapter, man. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Chapter 1100 titled Thank You, Bonnie. Alright. Let's prepare ourselves mentally here as we see Usopp looking back to the kids that, of course, he left behind in the Kuro arc. That unfortunately they do not exist in the One Piece live action. It is what it is. We see a rabbit munching on carrots, a clear carrot reference, and Sanji right here with the same knife that he used to cut up Wanzei. This looks like Zangetsu if it was a knife. Look at this. Just look at the shape. It looks like Ichigo's original Zangetsu, or his technically his second Zangetsu. Whenever you look at it like this. Regardless, cover request by Noda Skywalker. Sanji cooking vegetables, making Usopp nostalgic about the Usopp pirates. We love to see it. We love to see it. And that's enough wholesomeness for today. Let's go ahead and cry. God. Alright, here we go. Oda. And we have a message. I've been having a hoot watching the preliminaries for the M1 Grand Prix, a competition for Manzai, a traditional form of onstage comedy. There's a few duos I'm rooting for. I hope they make the finals. Yo, man, if you've got Oda in your support cast, if you've got Oda hyping you up, man, you've got to go out there and deliver. You've got to go out there and deliver. That's really cool. And I have no idea what this competition is, but nothing but love to the individuals who are, taking place within this competition. As I don't want to spoil anything, but with what recently just took place in JJK, the comedy routine stuff hits different. It hits different. So nothing but love to the people who are performing in the onstage comedy, and maybe they will resemble individuals that I know from said series. So let's go ahead and get right into the chapter. Is that Borsalino? I'm afraid I'm here on business. He's standing on business. Bro, Jay was right. Jay was right in calling him big business, Borsalino. Big business. Look at his hat and tell me that brother isn't about this business. He looks like a Yakuza character. He looks like he's about to pull up on Ichiban in the middle of Yakuza 8 talking about some, I'm here to stand on business. Business, man. Yo. Dude, he's standing on business, son. I'm afraid I'm here on business. Man, it's cold. This place sure is a far cry from Prunk Hazard. So here we are in the location that will become Egghead in the future. At the future location of Egghead, as it states right here, just you wait, the future will be born right here. My head is overflowing with ideas. It's honestly hard to think straight. So is this before he separated himself into the multiple different Stellas, right? Considering something like this would normally be stated by one of the Vegapunk units. So I'm going to assume it's still only just a Stella here. That explains how you missed it. And here we have, look at Kizaru. Dude, Kizaru looks so cool. So he's already an Admiral here. Navy Admiral Kizaru Borsalino. So he most certainly, he's got the jacket looking fire. Bro, Kizaru really does look like he's a Yakuza character. He does, bro. He really does. You really should have checked every nook and cranny of the lab when you moved in. The government frowns on secret backroom deals with pirates, That's never stopped them before. It's never stopped them before. Okay, you got me, Borsalino. Dude, look at the size of Vegapunk's head here on the left, man. Like, I love the way that Oda is emphasizing on it here on the left side. And here we have Dendenmushi staring. I hate it when you get like this, and it shows multiple Marines, a Marine battleship as well. I hate it when you get like this. Come on, I'm just doing my job. Who is this dude on the bottom left, and why does he look like Dalton? This man looks like Dalton from Drum Island, but this design looks fire. Am I tripping? Is this a new character?
He has a scar on his cheek? Is my memory doing me wrong right now, man? Hold on. I hate it when you get like this. Come on, I'm just doing my job. So obviously he's not Dalton, right? But the facial structure is very, very, very similar. I'm trying to think of, going through my memory banks and see what other character has Oda created that has this type of facial structure. Maybe it's a new character. Maybe I'm just a fraud, as we've discussed multiple times at Naked Island. Regardless, it's irrelevant if you consider that's his chin. X-Drake! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. It's X-Drake. It is X-Drake. You see, when my chat is here, I don't have to worry about fraudulence. Because I can be as big of a fraud as I want. My chat's going to get me. My chat's going to have my back. You know who doesn't have my back? Manchester United. They do not have my back. And so when they don't have my back, I know either Oda got me or my chat got me. When no one else got me, my chat got me. So shout out to the chat for allowing me to go through this stream and not look like a fraud. Alright, I knew it was X-Drake from the beginning. I was challenging the chat. That's our relationship. That's the way we roll. And so shout out to the chat for picking up what I was putting down. Alright? Alright, so here we have who is clearly X-Drake, not Dalton. Not Dalton, by the way. X-Drake. not Dalton, alright? That is hashtag not Dalton. What we're clearly looking at is X-Drake, man. Alright, that is exactly what I was going for. It's irrelevant if you can... Dude, this man Vegapunk's head. Goodness gracious, dude. It's irrelevant if you consider him an ideal candidate, Vegapunk. This man is a pirate with 296 million on his head, and he's referring to Kuma, right? So here we got Vegapunk, Kuma, Borsalino. You can say you were ignorant of that or simply admit you don't care. But making a fugitive the face of our clone program is out of the question. It would be an affront to the Navy's reputation. That's so interesting. For some reason, I never really put two and two together for that the Marines really did make the face of a former fugitive the main symbol of their army. Because that is exactly what Kuma was, especially within the individuals who were watching the television broadcast for Marineford. All they saw were a bunch of pacifistas. That was like the main source of that entire army that they put out there on the island. Of course, there was a lot of Marines, but the pacifistas were putting in a lot of work. So he's like a symbol for like the tanks that they would have, that next generation machinery. And so you can definitely understand where they're coming from in making someone like that. I mean, of course, for us, we understand Kuma's like a face for peace and stuff of that nature, like he implied last chapter. For, you know, if people think of me whenever they think of peace and stuff like that, then that would be my life was worth living, which was a very, very powerful speech. It would be an affront to the Navy's reputation. With that in mind, is that Garcia Saturn's Denden Mushi? It is, but you see the little hat. You see the small little hat and the dreadlocks. With that in mind, we have 3 additional stipulations if you want to honor this deal of yours. Firstly, Bartholomew Kuma, you must agree to become one of the 7 warlords of the sea, and so here's the deal. Here's one of the deals that we discussed in the afterthoughts that he would have to make, right? So this is the first of the 3. A few days ago, we found ourselves a member short thanks to the exploits of a rookie named... That's him. That's that man, mama! That's that guy! Still doing his thing! Still putting in work! Yo! Individuals thought that Ace's legacy would be finished in Marineford? All I know is that since the post-time skip, that brother's legacy has only gone higher and higher with every passing chapter. That's all I know. So much so that chapter 1000 and 1100 both have Ace references in them. And that's a shoot. That is a shoot, man. 2 straight legacy chapters dedicated to my boy, Portness D. Ace. My guy, man. Taking out Shichibukai. Look at this. A few days ago, we found ourselves a member short thanks to the exploits of a rookie named Ace. He was a rookie. He was rookie LeBron, dropping 25 in his rookie season. Are you kidding me? Dog, Ace. It caused great turbulence in the pirate world. Someone of your caliber would be a natural choice to fill that opening and calm the seas. St. J. Garcia Saturn. St. J. Garcia Saturn was wary of Porgus D. Ace. I don't care if he knew whether Roger was his pops or not. He was wary of Ace as a rookie. And he was hiring Kuma specifically for this situation. Shout out to my dog Ace, man. Let's go, dude. Our second condition is for you to undergo procedures to become a human weapon for the Navy, and of course, here it comes. So I'm going to assume this is when he himself starts implementing the cyborg features into his body. Are you talking about modifying my body? Precisely, you already have all the traits required to become an effective warlord. So you become a paragon of fear. A paragon of fear for pirate scum far and wide after you receive your enhancements. That's quite... Dude, could you imagine being known as the Tyrant and the Paragon of Fear? Yo, man, if I was ever playing an online game, if I'm out here playing Call of Duty, or League of Legends, or Counter-Strike, or Street Fighter, and I pull up and the announcer refers to me as the Paragon of Fear? Oh, yo, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of raw, dog. That's kind of hot. So you become the Paragon of Fear for pirate scum far and wide after you receive your enhancements. I second that. The Navy would love to have you on our side. Can it, Kizaru? No, not the shut it, Kizaru. Shut it, my guy. You see my point, but that's not all. You aren't like other pirates, Kuma. We're well aware of your history with the Revolutionary Army. So he's like, yo, we are aware of what already took place with you and the Revs. If you accept our offer, we must take precautions to ensure you never turn your power against the world government again. So, we know this doesn't happen. We know that even with all these things taking place, still in the present time, with the Revolutionary Army and continuing to be a thorn on the WG's side. He was the reason why they went up to the Mighty Joe in the first place and declared war. We know that Kuma continues to be the individual who bridges that gap between the Celestial Dragons and the Revolutionary Army. Which brings us to our third and final condition, and this is probably the worst one of them all. Garcia Saturn. Oh God. You must agree to give up your free will and sense of individuality. Look at this panel. You must agree to give up your free will and sense of individuality, which is exactly where we are right now in the present time. And that's the deal. This is the deal that we were thinking of last chapter. This is the deal that we saw the direct consequences of in the present time. This is where he must agree to give up his free will and his sense of individuality. Man. Garcia Saturn. Saint Saturn, that would be tantamount to killing him. This is because none of the other warlords follow orders, isn't it? If you snuff out all of the humanity left in a cyborg, you'll have nothing but a robot. Do you really expect me to murder a man? Vegapunk! Yo! Vegapunk talking back to a member of the Gorosei. That's what I'm talking about. Yo! That's Conqueror's Hockey energy. That's big goat energy, man. Saint Saturn. Yo! He's talking back to him in all caps. And all that, because sometimes you'll have somebody who talks back to authority, but they do it in lowercase. My boy said, yo, I'm in all caps. I pressed caps lock before I started talking, baby. They're gonna hear me. They're gonna hear me, man. You forgot yourself. You're a military scientist, and you have no right to talk back. These conditions must be met if this criminal wishes to save his daughter. Of course. Just ringing that in front of him. Like, yo, these are the conditions you must meet if you want to save your daughter. It's a small price to pay considering how expensive and difficult this procedure would be otherwise. I have no obligation to help this girl. And of course, we know that Kuma, as he said last chapter, he would literally do anything to save Bonnie. He would do anything. It came out of his own words. He would do anything in order to save Bonnie. This is murder! It'd be perverse to modify a human like that. I won't. Vegapunk, please do it. Kuma, I've been worrying all this time, thinking it might be impossible to save Bonnie. Don't tell me that because there's a possibility in potentially saving Bonnie, that the reason why he's even contemplating it is because he's so happy that there is a solution for Bonnie. Don't tell me that's exactly what's going on here. Oh my god, bro. Have you ever met anyone more kind than this man, bro? Have you ever met anyone who has less of an ego, less self-interest than this brother right here, bro? He literally only cares about others. To a detriment, to a fault. Man, that's such a powerful panel, bro. No matter what, he never budged. He never contemplated the options. The moment that Saturn said this could save his daughter, he said, I don't care what happens to me. I'm so grateful I'll happily accept any fate, so long as Bonnie is cured. What a man. Bro, I wish to become half of the father that Kuma is, man. A quarter of a father that Kuma is. A tenth of a pops that this man is, bro. This man is Whitebeard level. This man is a father for fathers. He's a pops. I'm so grateful. I'll happily accept any fate so long as Bonnie is cured. He doesn't care. He started crying the moment that Saint Saturn said that it was a possibility. What a phenomenal character, man. I love Kuma, bro. It's like how can you not have this guy in your top 10 after this? Oda. Kuma. Kizaru moves his hat. Garcia Saturn. Bonnie was sent to Maru. He's doing all this for you, even to this day, even to the present time. Even to the present time. All for Bonnie, man. Vegapunk, how long will it take you to finish Kuma's modifications and cure his daughter? Dealing with the sapphire scales will take 6 months. But it'll take an extra year on top of that before she can be exposed to natural light. That's a total of about a year and a half before she's cured. Kuma's modifications will take 2 years minimum. Thank goodness. She really will be all better by the time she's 10. He's thinking back to the promise that he made her. To the fact that she would be all good by the time she's 10 years old. That he would be able to do something about it. How can we trust you to remain obedient after she's cured? Your daughter is our only leverage here. I have no intention of running. Be that as it may, the world government will have to take custody of her once her treatment is complete. Dragon, I don't care what needs to be done. That's when you make a move. Dragon, Shanks, I don't care who it is. Someone pull up to the Marijo. She'll be free after you follow through with the erasure of your personality. I forgot this was in the past. Obviously, this doesn't happen. Cheesy comes up. I was so immersed. I was like, no, hold on. This thing plays in the present time. Oh my god! I was like, bro, somebody said stop it. I don't care if we have to bring Roger back from the dead. Someone stop that from taking place. Someone stop that from taking place, man. Be that as it may, the world government will have to take custody of her once her treatment is complete, and we understand that Bonnie at this point in time is with the Straw Hats, so she's still good. She escaped. She'll be free after you follow through with the erasure of your personality. So there it goes. Even if she is taken custody, once Kuma's mind is erased, once his personality is erased, then Bonnie will be free. Which now it makes so much sense why Kuma did what he did. Because he understood in order for Bonnie to be free, all he had to do was just erase his own mind. He would do that in an instant. Look at the clues that we've seen just within this chapter, let alone the other 5 chapters of this flashback. In an instant, he would do that, bro. In an instant. And in that very same line, we can finally have the answers to that question of why in the world would Kuma ever erase his memories and or store his memories in a bubble. It's that reason right there. But that would mean Kuma won't get to see Bonnie after she's cured. Correct. His modifications will commence immediately, and it'll be an ongoing process. As he starts his tenure as a warlord and helps the government tame the seas, after his daughter is cured, any contact between them will be forbidden. Any contact? He can't even contact her. After his daughter is cured, any contact between them will be forbidden. What a bunch of us. Bro, if we get back to the present time, and this man, Garcia Saturn, is not on the ground. If he is not on the ground, son, to ensure they don't escape, if there is any hint of defiance from any of you, I will guarantee she will spend the rest of her life as a slave. And the way that you know he means that with every fiber in his being. You know he means that. I won't try to see her, I swear. I only have one request. Don't tell Bonnie the truth. And that's why she had to find out the truth by going into the memory bubble. That means that Vegapunk took the fall for this and became the object of Bonnie's rage. She can't know about her illness or that she's being kept as a hostage. I don't want her to wake up after her surgery in some soulless government facility, Take her back to Sorbet. You can keep her in the church where she grew up. If you can grant that one request, then I promise you, I won't seek her out and I'll obey without question. And you know he means that. You know he means that. Give her freedom. Take mine away. Take mine away. Very well. It makes no difference where she's kept as long as the government oversees it. Looks like we have an interesting 2 years ahead of us. Bonnie will be staying here for the next 6 months. Really? So you're staying with me? And this is going to be the last 6 months together. This is going to be the last 6 months where they are together as parent and child. That's right, they think I may have come down with something too, so they need to run some tests. That means we get to be together, yay! Oh, this weirdo is Sentomaru. This weirdo! That's rude. This place has so many windowless rooms. Yes, but be careful. There's all sorts of dangerous gadgets around here. That's it. I can create my weapons of dreams. That's it. I can create the weapon of my dreams now. Someone is to write everything while I'm thinking down. The brain waves won't stop. If only they could eat and use the toilet for me too, I'd never have to stop. This must be where he comes up with the idea for creating the other satellites. I'm so short-handed it's maddening. I just had another eureka moment. Another satellite. This is going to keep me as busy as a beaver. I wish there were 5 more of me, and there it is. This is the same cat-related idiom from chapter 1062. I see. So, this is where Vegapunk is like, no, I've had enough. I have to come up with the other versions of myself. So that I can do all the things that I want to do. This is too much for one individual. And there we see Kuma, man. Kuma and Bonnie. As they're strapped up with cables and wires and un montón de cosas. Oh, man. And here we see Kuma waving goodbye. Or just waving hello, actually. To Bonnie, who's on top of Sentomaru. Bonnie draws Kuma saying daddy. The two of them, they both have massive snot bubbles. At least they get these final moments together, man. Humid cargo ship. Humid cargo ship. Pulling up. Here we see Kuma. Bonnie. Bonnie for food. Is that pizza? Of course it is. Of course it is. So we have some more of these cyborgs and robots that Vegapunk, of course, is going to create. I think that's Kizaru there eating pizza. Kizaru, Bonnie, Kuma, Sentomaru, Vegapunk. Yep, all of them going ham on pizza. See, now this is going to make that another Sabati reread hit different. Dude, I just got the biggest chill, bro. Sentomaru, Kizaru, Bonnie, Kuma, and Vegapunk are doing the Nika pose with the drums of liberation, dude. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? Come on, man. Come on, dude. Oh, that is so Oda, bro. Oh, man. Oh, that's one of the best panels in all of Egghead. I gotta save that page. I have to say, this right here is One Piece, bro.
Look at it, man. Look at it. They're all doom da 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 don da da da. Like Kuma made sure to leave behind the mark. We have an admiral doing the Nika dance. An admiral. Oh, this completely changes what I want to happen when we get back to Egghead, man. Oh. Come on, dude. That's one of the best panels of the year. Half a year later. Okay, the results are good. After a year of rehabilitation, you'll be completely cured. Let's go, Bonnie. Thank you, Vegapunk. Thanks. Once I'm all better, can I come and visit? Of course. We know that she does, but for a completely different reason. Kingdom of Sorbet. Kumachi! Bonnie-chan! It's been so long. Are you finally home for good? They said I'll be all better in a year. Then I'll finally be able to go outside. Is that right? That's fantastic news. You always said you'd be fit as a fiddle by the time you turned 10. Does that mean I'll be taking care of you again, Bonnie? Is that Connie again? Granny Connie! We would be more than happy to take care of her, Kuma. And you can count on us. Member of the Sorbet royal family, Queen Dowager Connie. Man. To know how everything in this series continues to connect, bro. Throughout this flashback, literally every single thing that you could possibly imagine that has been taking place in the background with the characters that we know of continues to get answered, bro. It's like this of course is going to connect us to the Connie Reverie thing as we saw earlier in the flashback. Bonnie, man. Thank you. I'll leave her in your hands. I'm still a pirate after all. If I stay, it won't be good for the kingdom. I don't think I'll be back for at least a year. And here we go. Here we go, man. This is going to be the last time. Oh, God. I don't think I'll be back for at least a year. What, that long? I'll write you tons of letters. Violet Evergarden. Okay. Then the next I see you, we'll both be able to sail the seas and reach the horizon. I can't wait. I want to travel to all sorts of places together. I'd love to take you. I really would have loved that. And we know it doesn't happen. Both within in context from the flashback and outside the flashback too. Please leave the rest to us, Kuma-san. Is that a doctor? Is she wearing... Is it just me or does this individual look like Stussy? Look at the jacket. Look at the dress. Am I tripping? Please leave the rest to us, Kuma-san. Who's that? Cypherpole. I was right. Cypherpole number 8, Intelligence Agent Alpha? Alpha from YKK? Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko? Shout out to that manga. Alpha in One Piece? We'd love to see it. Cypherpole number 8, Intelligence Agent Alpha. A direct romanization would be Alufa. So I was wrong. This is not Stussy. This is a brand new character. Alpha. I could have sworn. I was like, yo, this definitely strikes me as especially with the jacket. But I guess that's why. She's another Cypherpole agent. Cypherpole number 8, Intelligence Agent Alpha.
So Cypherpole comes in to take care of the situation at hand because obviously they're going to take Bonnie into custody, right? So here we have the individual who's going to make sure that ends up taking place. Man, I feel so bad for Kuma, bro. When he has to stop himself from saying, "I'd love to take you," and stops. It's like, yo, it's not going to happen. But at least his daughter is good. At least she'll be alright. I'm a nurse. The doctor ordered me to take care of Bonnie-chan during her recovery. I'll check her temperature daily, make sure she takes her medicine, and monitor for any changes. She has a really cool design. My name is Alpha. Nice to meet you, Bonnie-chan. Bonnie looks at her. No suspicious individuals will be allowed near her during recovery. Please remember to bring an identification with you if you plan on visiting. That's such a pain. And what's that building? And what's that building you're putting up in front of the church? Those are our accommodations. Of course. Don't forget, a child's life is such a fragile thing. She's gonna make Bonnie's life oh, man, as if they haven't suffered enough, dude. Crushes this thing. I understand, I'm not coming back. Thank you, Bonnie. I'm so glad you were born. Really? That had to have been the last thing he ever told her. Thank you, Bonnie. I'm so glad you were born. Take care. That was the last thing Kuma ever said. Bonnie yells, "Take care." No one knows about the secret deal that he's made. They don't know this is the last time. The pirates of the world were utterly shocked when the infamous tyrant Bartholomew Kuma suddenly became an absolutely obedient member of the Seven Warlords. Young master, there's a new warlord. Sugar? Dofi! Young master, there's a new warlord. Dofi! Don Quixote Dia Flamingo, son! Yo, hold up, man! Hold up! That was a jump scare! Kuma the Tyrant? So it's like another villain has come into play. Foo, foo, foo. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, hold on. I gotta do that next to the mic. Mm-hmm. Don't be Gronk! Robin! Not Miss All Sunday rocking the classic. Is that the Banana Gator? The banana... Bro, hold on, man. The Miss All Sunday classic outfit and everything. What do you think? I couldn't care less. Look at my boy Croco D. Isle, son. Currently a member of Cross Guild. Have you taken care of those idiots who spotted our rainmaking ship? Rainmaking, Okada? So I know this is obviously a reference to the from Alabasta, right, and the ability to make rain, stuff of that nature. But listen, Rainmaker, we make it rain money out here, man. That's what we do. Yo, they gave this man Mihawk a tiny sliver of a page. This man has, I think there's a picture in my wallet smaller than this. Or actually, it might be a little bigger than this. And I feel like my house almost tore down when I saw this. Look at Mihawk, bro. There's a single candle. You see an explosion behind him. Hold on, dude. Hold on, man. Yo, this page has power, son. This page has Conqueror's coding. Kuma, Dofi, Croc, Robin, Mihawk. Is that Alvida? Alvida! Kobe! No way! He looks as big as Whitebeard. Kobe, who do you reckon is stronger, me or him? Of course. You of course, Alvida-sama. Poor Kobe, man. I can't help but think of the live action now whenever I see this scene. Man, dude, that's crazy Conqueror's hockey, man. That's crazy. Portugas! D-Ace, bro! Look at him! Look at my boy in the cut! In the cut, man! That's my Whitebeard! Oh, this is a 50 out of 10 chapter. Screw, this is a 60, it might be a 70. Oda might be dropping 70 in the paint right now, son. We might be dropping 80. Yo, this might be an 80 out of 10 chapter. This is crazy. Ace, Whitebeard, Marco, Marshall, DT. Is that Jinbei? And Jinbei! Forget it. Forget it, man. So they finally found a replacement. That's great news, Jinbei. Considering the circumstances, you're the last person I'd expect to say that. I'm still reading the details about him. Yo, my boy Whitebeard, though, bro. Come on, man. And then we see Jinbei, he's a former king. This is on top of the reigning king we already have in our ranks. The pirate world really is changing. 90 out of 10 chapter, bro. Their business doesn't affect us. I follow no man's orders. And it feels good to see a Hancock, man. I feel like we're about to get to the point in the story where Hancock, Jinbei, well, Jinbei's a part of our crew, but Hancock, Blackbeard, Dofi, Mihawk, Crocodile, my boys are becoming full-timers, man. I mean, I know Crocodile is in the bottom of Impel Down, but regardless, Princess, it is essential that you keep track of information like this. And here we have a former member of the Rocks Pirates, mind you. Granny Neon here in the background. That is amazing, yo. These 2 pages back to back. Straight Conqueror's Hockey. Oh, it's not even done. Gecko Moria! Is that what I think it is? Silva! Hold on. Silva, where you at?
Silva, where you at? Hold on. No way, bro. Yo. Yo. My man still has a top 5 laugh in One Piece, bro. That thing, when executed right, it ruptures the ears. Yo, it is stated in the manga he fought Kaido as an equal. That's all I know, man. Gecko Moria, son. All right. And then he got whooped. They say he's a paw-palmed man, and I love this considering Kuma became so involved with the bark after that stuff of that nature. I just came out of another reread of this, man. This feels great. That doesn't exactly sound frightening, does it? Well, he's already a warlord, so he's got to be strong enough to make the cut, Moria-sama. God, man, One Piece has some great characters, bro. It really, really does. Dragon. So here we go, man. Dragon... ... Sabo. Sabo in the same chapter as Ace in 2023? Don't the warlords answer directly to the government? Koala, Hack? Kuma-san would never work for them. Dear Bonnie. Bro, this chapter is peak and it's not over. Yo, Oda's going all out with 1100. This is a celebration of One Piece. It really is. This is a celebration of this magnificent story, dude. And all the wonderful characters that inhabit it. This is incredible. Dude. Perona, Gecko Moria, in the same page as Dragon, Sabo, Hack, Koala, Jinbei, Granny, Neon of the Rocks Pirates, Hancock, Marco, Jinbei, Blackbeard, Whitebeard, and Ace. These 2 pages back to back have so much Conqueror's hockey, it's crazy. Kuma made his pirate flag after the drawing Bonnie made for him? Oh, that's so beautiful, bro. Dear Bonnie, I'm still at sea as I write this. I've become quite well known. It's getting harder and harder to sell in peace, but I'm doing okay. The news coup. I'm doing my best to find interesting travel destinations for when you turn 10. It'll be a long journey to deliver this. Please take care. I hope everyone back home is doing as well as I am. Is that the... That's the king, man. That's the king, bro. Yo, a young king running away from a tiger that you know he infuriated. Look at the laugh. He's doing the Nika pose. Luffy's doing the Nika pose. Oh, Oda, man. I don't even know what to say, bro. I don't know what to say. I'm so just... He's doing the thing! How much more incredible can this get? Oh my goodness, dude! Uh-oh, I made him mad. You already know, bro. He's gonna be laughing, dude. Oh my god, bro, man, Bartholomew Kuma coming. I can't take this anymore, dude. I'm literally sweating. Dude. Bartholomew Kuma, come in. You have new commands from the government. What is your current location? I'm in the East Blue. We're gonna start.
chapters. Front cover and color spread next issue. We're not going on break? One Piece chapter 1100. No break! No break! No break! Yo. I have to be stopped. I have to be stopped. I want to say this flashback is top 1 so bad. So bad, man. This chapter is hitting harder, or this arc, this flashback is hitting harder than any other flashback. And it's manga state. Doesn't even have the anime soundtracks to accompany it. And it's manga state. I've teared up like 10 times. It has gotten me so hyped. This is the same flashback that has the Rocks Pirates and the Roger Pirates ready to square it out on God Valley. The same flashback that shows the Revolutionary Army getting together. The same flashback that just gave me Ace, Sabo, and Luffy, ASL in a single chapter. It gave me all of the warlords in a single chapter. Are you kidding me, dude? And the connections that continue to be made throughout the course of the entire story. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it is recency bias. Maybe it's me loving this flashback from a personal standpoint. But man, it's getting harder and harder each and every single week to not call this my favorite flashback of One Piece. It's so good. It's so good. It is so good. And I feel like the better this flashback gets, the more it elevates Egghead to the point. If Egghead continues the way that it's going and it sticks the landing, I'm going to have 2 arcs back to back that I'm saying it's my top 1. I mean, it's just crazy to me, bro. It's crazy. This series is firing on all cylinders right now, man. Yo, Kuma's flashback legitimately is one of Oda's greatest, man. This is special. This is special, bro. Like, this is really, really special. Oda always nails his flashbacks, but this right here, man, this is taking like my favorite elements from all the flashbacks and putting them into one. That's how I felt about the Odin flashback. Dude, this flashback is gonna end up being a volume long. This is insane. It's still going. Front cover and color spread next issue, man. God, what a chapter, man. Kuma's in Windmill Village. Oh, man, I just... how much higher are we getting? The next chapter is going to have Kuma in Luffy's hometown. We're going to see Makino. Is this why Shanks came to Windmill Village? Are we going to see a Shanks sighting here? I mean, can we get much higher? Dude, this is insane, man. Yo, man. This chapter was the perfect 1100. This was the perfect 1100, man. This had everything. You wanted feels, you wanted hype, you wanted lore piece. You got it all, man. Character interactions, everything. Everything, dude. Everything. Everything, man. Oh. Dude. Dude, man. All right, man. Goodness gracious, bro. What in the world is this man doing in Luffy's hometown, bro? In Fuchsia. Big Fuchsia. Alright, let's go ahead and read some supers. Dude, this flashback. Hold on, give me a sec. I need some oxygen, bro. Give me a sec, dude. I'll be right back. Let me get some water. Let me recollect myself, because this chapter was peak fiction. Yo, no break! No break after chapter 1100, man! We're getting another chapter next week and has a cover and a color spread. Wow, bro. What a great chapter. My boy Sanji comes in with an 11, also celebrating 1100 and says, greatness. I appreciate you, my boy Sanji. Thank you so much. That's exactly what this chapter was. Greatness, all caps. The same way that Vegapunk was talking back to St. J. Garcia Saturn. Straight up, all caps, greatness, man. Peak chapter, dude. Wow. Amsterdam comes in with a 20 and says, I'm at work right now, but I ain't missing peak fiction for the world. Dude, excuse me. Thank you so much, Amsterdam, for being here. For being here for another legendary installment, man. Final Saga Goda has never missed. Haven't read the chapter yet, but I know it's peak. Amsterdam, read the chapter. Leave the stream immediately and read the chapter. That thing was special. 1100 was special, man. It was special, dude. Let's go, dude. Amsterdam, yo, this chapter was great. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the 20, dog. Definitely go read that chapter, bro. Like you said, Oda, Final Saga Oda has never missed. Never missed. Akash Panda comes in with a 2 and says, Man marred by flames equals the warlord defeated by Ace. Do you really think so? The end of the warlord who was spookingly taken out in this chapter, 1100, is the man marred by flames? That's interesting. Another candidate. Another candidate for who the man marred by flames could be is the warlord defeated by Ace. That's interesting, Akash Panda. Thank you for the 2, dog. Could you imagine that? And we come back to this chapter and be like, that's who it was? The lost Chichibukai? Bayhanort comes in with a 25. Shout out to Bayhanort. And I need Kingdom Hearts 4, man. I really do. Kizaru being part of the flashback protagonist found family, something I've never expected. Same! But it's peak. And now yes! That's exactly what I was thinking of Bayhanort. Kizaru is now a bigger is an even bigger wild card than I could have ever imagined. Him, the individuals in that panel. Him, Sentomaru, Kuma, Vegapunk, and Bonnie. Those are 5 individuals who were a part of that entire sequence that I really hope that they find solace after this arc, man. Kizaru in particular, who's currently in the middle of all of this. Like, I wonder how he must be feeling. Now, when I go back and reread Egghead and get to the point where we are right now, it's going to hit completely different. Like, completely different, man. Wow, yo, you're absolutely right. Kizaru really is an even bigger wild card now. What does he do now? Will he turn his back on the WG? Is that even a possibility? Man, I can't wait. I thought I was hyped for the end of Heged before. But once we get out this flashback, I'm going to be... That chapter's going to be generational. That chapter's going to be generational material, man. I cannot wait, dude. Thank you, Bayhanort. Bar M comes in with membership for 20 months. Shout out to 20 months, Bar M, man. Perfect chapter for 1100. Bar M, you said it. Perfect chapter. And a celebration of this series. In so many things that it does well. This was the perfect 1100. The absolute perfect 1100, dude. Kuma top 3. You're spitting. You're spitting. I'm gonna have to think long and hard. And when this arc ends, it's time for me to update a lot of things. It's time for me to update my favorite lists for all of you guys. when this arc ends, it's time to do a new favorite arcs list, favorite characters list, favorite chapters list, favorite episodes, all that stuff. Because so many things have changed because of the final saga. It's been insane, man. It's been insane. It's been too long since we've done those. So for sure, Kuma top 3 might not be out of the ballpark, man. I mean, especially if this continues, and depending on how his character conclusion is executed, which depending on how Oda has executed his character up to this point, man, we're looking at a top tier individual, bro. We're looking at someone who could potentially rival Whitebeard's death in how legendary it'll be, especially after a chapter like this, man. Absolutely peak backstory so far, straight up, dude. Peak backstory, man. And I'm talking all caps peak, dude. God, man, what a chapter. Man, what a chapter, dude. Thank you, Bar M. Alexei Ungerunasu comes in with membership for 8 months. Says, yo, coach, it's been a while since I could catch a live reaction. What a chapter to market. Kuma, top 5 characters in One Piece. Easy. Top 5, Alexei. Top 5. Man, it has been a while, yo. I'm really, really glad you were able to be a part of the chapter 1100 greatness. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody who's here, man. I know this was last second. This was one of the first times that we ever did a live reaction right after the chapter came out. So normally I know that catches individuals off guard. So I appreciate everybody who was here, man. I really, really do. But thank you for that, Alexi. And like you said, what a chapter to mark 1100. Seriously. Man, Goat Luffy 97 comes in with an 1100. Shout out to Goat Luffy 97. Once again, celebrating 1100, says, had to donate for this occasion, coach. Kuma is one of Oda's greatest characters. No question, Goat Luffy. No question. In multiple different regards, right? Because I have multiple different things when I think of great characters in One Piece. Multiple different ways that I look at it, right? Whether the way that they're portrayed, whether it's their interactions, whether it's the way that they're written, whether it's how much they make me laugh, or how much they make me tear up, or whatever it is. There's multiple different factors. How great their dialogue is. There's a lot of different things. Kuma checks so many of those boxes. I mean, it reminds me of whenever I was finishing Dressrosa on the channel, and I kept talking about how Law is one of my favorite characters in the series. Because he had everything. He had a raw character design, amazing ability, his connection to Luffy, the amazing flashback, overall importance of the story, his rivalry with Doflamingo. Now I feel that same way with Kuma, except the connection goes even deeper considering how many things have been influenced thanks to this character. And it's like, man, what a phenomenal character, Goat Luffy. What a phenomenal character. Egghead is one of Oda's greatest achievements post-time skip, if not the whole series. Easy, man. One of the greatest arcs, bro. And depending on how the ending goes, it's in my bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, dude. Who knows how high this can go? Who knows, man? Thank you, Oda. Peak fiction. Thank you, Goat Luffy 97. I appreciate you so much for that. Akash Panda comes to membership for 5 months. There's 2 things you missed. Umet cargo ship belongs to the shipping magnate unit from... Oh, that's the connection from Whole Cake for the cloning. Oh, that makes so much sense. Akash Panda, thank you for pointing that out, dude. I was wondering why that looks so familiar. And that's what it is. It's the unit from the Whole Cake Island, dude. That makes even more connections. And number 2, Jozu on the left in Ace's panel. Oh, Jozu was there? Also, Kuma will meet Luffy. Oh, he's gonna meet Nika in his flashback. Next chapter has the potential to be the best chapter in the flashback. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Man. I did not notice Jozu, though. I did not notice Jozu. But yeah, man, I'm really hoping Kuma meets Luffy next week. And maybe we even get an interaction between Kuma and Shanks in Moonmill Village. Thank you, Akash Panda, dude. Thank you for pointing those out to me. I appreciate you. An unknown artist comes in with a 3 and says, if Blackbeard has a former admiral, why not Luffy? Could you imagine? Blackbeard has Kuzan, and because of the situation on Egghead, Kizaru Borsalino joins Luffy. how insane that would be? You know how insane that'd be, man? Enjoyer, that makes so much sense. Unknown artist, thank you so much for the 3. Enjoyer says Kuma removed Luffy's memory after that. Dude, that would hit me so hard, dude. That would hit me so hard, man. Wow. Yeah, no, like Shokan Akuma said, screw just rereading Egghead. We gotta continue rereading the whole series. Seriously. Straight up Frodo Baggage, man. Go raw fire chapter, bro. 1101, last official chapter 2023. So I think, let me see, it's November 29th. Let's look at the calendar. Chapter next week. And then probably a break after that. And then I don't know if we'll have a chapter after that. So I think we'll have 11. So my prediction for us, the people who read outside of the official, I think we have 3 chapters left. I think we'll have 1101, 2, and 3 this year. That's just me being optimistic. If not, regardless, we have 2 or 3 more chapters for us. Official, remember, will always be late. Because the chapter we get in the last week of December, official readers get that in the first week of January. That's happened every week for as long as I can remember. So, whatever we get in that last week, that is going to be for the individuals who read outside of the official. Now, I want to take the opportunity to say that if we do get a chapter there, I'm going to be gone that entire last week of the year. So there may not be a stream for that chapter, but I'm going to try my hardest to do a reaction, recording it and uploading it wherever I am. Because we're going on a road trip at the end of the year. So whenever that happens, I'll make sure to stay in line with the individuals that are giving me updates for like when a chapters will drop, spoilers will drop, stuff of that nature. And so I can stay off social media. And when the chapter drops, hopefully I'll get some time at night after finishing with the family, whatever hotel we end up going. I feel sorry for all the people in the hotel that we stay in whenever I read one of these One Piece chapters, especially if it's a Return to Egghead chapter. Because man, oh man, everyone in the hotel is going to submit a complaint. I don't care, man. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can do it live. Hopefully I can find a good Wi-Fi in one of those hotels, and I can do it off my phone, and we'll read the chapter thing. If not, then I'll just have to pre-record it. It depends. But for sure, I'm doing a reaction. There's no question about that. You know, we can't miss our Christmas chapter. But man, oh man, man, oh man. Coach, did you catch Kuma's Jolly Roger? I did, Josh Pointer, and it hit. It hit so hard. So hard. Like, man. Are you done reading the spoiler? What are you talking about, D? Eric! What's good, Eric? No, Eric, I have finished the chapter, Eric. And I was going crazy. That chapter was peak, Eric. Peak, man. Absolutely zenith. Zenith chapter, bro. Yo, Nasty Ninja knows what it is. Follow 30 reaction channels, all the manga tubers, and several booktubers. I'm always reading the manga. For me, it's the other way around. I follow a billion booktubers and quite a few manga tubers. And it's always great to see them going through One Piece for the first time. Thank you for clarifying that, Utam Joswell. That is very, very true. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Yeah, hopefully Saturn gets punched to High Flag North Sadloon. Seriously. Recon predictions for 1111. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's going to be the first time that we get... well, let's see. What has he done before? 555 was a Marineford chapter. Excuse me, that was a Marineford chapter. 444 was a Thriller Bark chapter, like beginning of Thriller Bark chapter, or Post-Innie's Lobby. I think that was Post-Innie's Lobby. Post-Innie's Lobby, heading to Thriller Bark. What are the two? 333. That is Captain. That's the Water 7 Luffy versus Usopp fight. 222. That is Alabasta heading to Sky. No, that's Jaya. That's Jaya, because 225 is my favorite chapter. People's Dreams Never End. So 222 is Jaya. 111, is that Whiskey Peak? I think that's Whiskey Peak. And then let me see. 556 is Punk Hazard. I remember when that chapter came out. I believe that's the same chapter that had Joker come into the picture for Punk Hazard. 777, that is right before Luffy versus Bellamy, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around there. I don't remember exactly what happened in 777. 888, that was the Carrot chapter, right? Wasn't that the Carrot chapter? Carrot transformation chapter? 999, that was the Yamato, the alley-oop to 1000, where everybody was heading up to the roof. A lot of greatest in that chapter, actually. And then, so this will be our first one since then. And our last one, actually. The last one where all the numbers go. So that should be a special chapter. I'm going to save that for that chapter. It'll be monumental. Especially considering we'll be out of the flashback. Egghead will be close to finishing, if not having already finished. That chapter will be monumental. So I'm going to say that might be a post-Egghead chapter. And that chapter will probably have a chapter like this. Where it's like we'll have like Emu, Shanks, a whole lot of reactions. I'm going to say 1111 is a reaction chapter. Where we'll see the reactions to what's currently happening by Emu, or to the end of Egghead, by an Emu, by potentially like a BB, characters like that. Dragon. Well, Dragon, I'm hoping is actually here. It's actually on Egghead Island. And characters around the world. Blackbeard, stuff of that nature. So I think that'll be a reaction chapter, which is going to be super hype. Y'all know how hype those are. Thinking back to like 903 and all those. So it should be a reaction chapter. I think. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, what is Kuma doing in Windmill Village, man? Yo, so before I read these two supers, Bobo Swaggins, I love that manga so much. Real, that I actually did one of my projects in university based on that series. It is one of my favorite sports manga. I absolutely adore Real, man. That is a special series. And I haven't read it since, in years. Like, in a really, really long time. Because I went through an Inoue binge around, like, 7 years ago. Where I read all of them. Real, Vagabond, and Slam Dunk. But I haven't reread either of the three in that long amount of time. So I'm looking forward to rereading Real. I love that series. But now let's go ahead and get into some more of the supers. So Kingslayer Sapphire comes in with another 1100. I love how y'all are staying true to the 1100 thing here, man. This is really cool. Kizaru is going to spare Kuma, and Kuma's going to unleash his pain on Saturn after taking in Luffy's pain for the final time. Let's hope that is true. I would love that so much. Luffy then awakens Gear 5, and Kuma sees the Sun God for the first and last time. Do you know how peak that would be? Do you know how legendary that would be? That would be chapter of the millennium. That would be one of the greatest chapters ever, especially if Kuma dies directly after that. It would be one of the greatest chapters of all time. No question. I'm with that agenda, Kingslayer Sapphire. I am with that agenda, yo. With it. Eric comes in with the 2 and says, "Can the dragon beat cancer?" Oh, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, man. Yo, Eric, bro, I don't know what they're cooking. But, man, oh, man, I cannot wait, bro. There's nothing he can beat. There's nothing he can't beat. as you posted the other day, man. There's nothing that the dragon can't beat, man. Nothing. I can't wait for that game, dude. I really can't. It's gonna be Zenith fiction, bro. There's nothing that he can't beat. If there's anyone that can beat it, Eric, it's him, man. He's already gone through so much. But we might be saying goodbye to him in this game. I do believe so. It's gonna be, man. Thank you, Eric, dog. Kingslayer Sapphire comes with membership. Yo, shout out to you, Kingslayer Sapphire, for joining the Kingdom of Awesome Sauce, dude. I appreciate you so much for that and this 1100 celebration. Goodness gracious. Nah, Kuma, it really is, man. I'm trying to work out the timeline. Is it 3 years ago? A year after Ace left, and a year after Ace left, and a year before Luffy set sail. Yes, Aaliyah D-Lol. That is accurate. So I had that wrong, thinking that Shanks would show up, but I was corrected earlier. That's very, very true. So this is about to be 1 year before Luffy sets sail. Man, dude. Next chapter, especially if Kuma wipes his memories, is going to be legendary, bro. It's going to be legendary. I can't wait for next chapter, man. Coach, do you think it's possible? Josh Pointer asks, Coach, do you think it's possible that Kizaru will betray Saturn? I do think it's possible. I do think it is possible. Especially after what we saw with him this chapter. I think it is not only a possibility, it's something that very well could take place. And like it has like a good percentage behind it, you know? I just don't know, because I feel like Kizaru is always going to remain a Marine. But it feels like he might make a decision here that will be testing that justice. Man, oh man, dude. CM Punk return or chapter 1100? It's chapter 1100. Hey, that CM Punk return was amazing. But come on, man. Come on, dude. I'm too big of an Oda tard. That return was phenomenal, though. Yeah, January can't come soon enough, brother. Seriously. Though probably a random person, would be cool if the Warlord Ace beat is the man with the burned scar. So, Omar, I believe it was Akash Panda who brought that up earlier, that is a possibility. That the man by flames could actually be the Warlord that Ace beat, which is yet another connection if that is true. I want Kuma to get a happy ending. Me too, Shokana Kuma. Like, he's gone through so much. The only thing I want him to have is a happy ending, bro. Like, I want him to be able to pass on peacefully. Seeing that everything that he did was worthwhile in the end. Both for Bonnie and also while being able to see Joy Boy with his own eyes. Hey, I appreciate you, Spicy, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Leonardo Martin says, with Whitebeard's comparison to Kuma, do you think he's a Buccaneer? You know, I've been thinking a lot about this since the Buccaneers were revealed. Remember when that chapter came out, we were thinking of Whitebeard and Blackbeard in particular. Could either of them be considered Buccaneers based on how weird their bodies are? Like you said, if Whitebeard is one, then that would also make Weevil one, considering they use Whitebeard's lineage factor. At least that's what we believe. If Weevil is a seraphim of Whitebeard. So, but then again, he doesn't have the flames. So it could just be like a failed clone or something. Regardless, like you said, if Whitebeard was a Buccaneer, that would give him an even more incentive to want to take him out there in Marineford, let alone his status as an emperor. Need that Charlos one-shot on Saturn. Please, bro. Whoever's going to do it, I need them to do it with style. The King, Kuma, Dragon, whoever, or all-out attack from all of them, Persona style on them, I need it. I need it, dude. If 1101 has Kuma and Luffy doing the Nika dance together, I will ascend, dude. Go Luffy 97. If we get that panel, that will be one of the greatest moments in the entire series, if that's the case. Yes, Sun Jin Woo. I'm in that same line of thought, right? Sun Jin Woo says unknown. I feel like Kizaru won't ever betray the paycheck, and it feels that's why I'm so hesitant on that, because I feel like out of all of them, Kizaru is going to be the one that he even if he may waver, he's going to ultimately end up siding with them. Which is why I think if he does make a decision, he'll make a decision that won't ultimately cost his career in the Marines. It'll be something that in the spur of the moment, he'll end up choosing their side, but ultimately he sides with the Marines. I don't think he'll be directly under the King. Yeah, Shokan Akuma, you're absolutely right. Like, Bonnie really is something else. So young and became a part of the worst generation. It's honestly really impressive. Yeah, Dino Kirby, we need to pack Saturn up. Immediately. Alpha is Khalifa's sister. Oh, yeah. So in my mind, I was like, this reminds me of Stussy, and in my mind, I was like, who am I thinking of? Like, there's obviously it was Khalifa. You're absolutely right. You're right. Yeah, more than likely a sister or a cousin. Definitely. Vortex comes in membership for 7 months. Says, "What an amazing chapter, Coach. 1100. Wow. Started reading weekly. Chapter 1000 feels amazing. 100 chapter weekly. Yo, Vortex. Congratulations for the 100 chapters of being with the series weekly, man. What I always tell you, dude, what an amazing thing it is to catch up to the series on such a massive milestone. That's so cool, Vortex, man. Seriously, what an amazing chapter. Thank you for being here, Vortex, dog. I appreciate you so much. Turbo comes in with a 35. Nothing but love to you, Turbo, yo. Turbo comes in and says, late, but 1,100 chapters of peak fiction. 1,100 chapters of peak fiction, yo. Say it with your chest. All right, I appreciate you, Turbo, man. Thank you so much for stopping by with a 35, dog. I appreciate you. What an amazing chapter it was. Celebrating 1,100 chapters. Like I said when I finished the chapter, Turbo, I think one of the things that makes this chapter so special is the fact that it really does feel like a celebration of the entire series. In the ways in which that it shows where Oda is at his strongest, which is tugging at your heartstrings, making connections that make the entire series and its world feel so huge and fills it with so much breath and life. But also the ways in which it builds hype just by showing you characters that you love. Which is why the final saga to me is inevitably going to be my favorite arc in the entire series. Because of what we've seen in Egghead and what we saw in this chapter. Just with a panel of Mihawk, Crocodile, Dofi, Ace, Sabo, Hancock, like Jinbei, Luffy, like just single panels of these characters make us lose our minds. And what more so than if we get them interacting with each other and throughout the course of the entire arc or entire saga. And that's exactly what this chapter was. And what a wonderful 1,100 to get, right? Just with so many things to make this series so special. Right at the forefront. Right, forming the backbone of what has been this flashback so far. It was so good, man. What a magnificent chapter, dude. Seriously, this unless the next few blow it out of the water, this is without question going to be in my favorite chapters of the year list for sure at the end of the year. But nothing but love to you, Turbo. Thank you. Omar comes in and says, by my experience, one of the main villains of the entire series who rarely appears suddenly starts getting a lot of screen time, that usually means he's about to go. That is so true. And he's been getting so much screen time. We have seen Garcia Saturn more in this arc than I would dare say at least half of the Straw Hats. And I'm not even joking when I say that. We've seen Garcia Saturn, like, he's had more screen time than I would dare say, like, Brook, Chopper, like, Jinbei. It's crazy, man. Yo, Garcia Saturn's been in many panels. Many panels, man. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. He's gone. We're packing Garcia Saturn up. And I can't wait. Luffy's about to add a Gorosei to his list of dudes that have been taken out. Imagine going from an emperor to a Gorosei. To a member of the Gorosei. Like King Hobojo says, Robin for sure. She's been AFK. So for sure, Garcia Saturn's definitely been in more panels than Robin. Let me see. Yeah, Maestros, me too. I love the fact that Vegapunk stood up to Saturn even if it didn't end well. 100%. I love that from Vegapunk as well. It showcases, two things from this chapter, right? Number one, that Vegapunk moment to Saturn whenever he clearly stood up to him, even knowing what potentially could happen. But I think something else that to me hit on extremely hard once the thing clicked was that Vegapunk put up with the lie and never told Bonnie the truth, all to keep this promise with Kuma. And he became the target of Bonnie's rage just to be able to protect Kuma's promise and what Kuma did for Bonnie's sake. And I think that's really something special for Vegapunk, man. And it continues to make him stand out as a really great character. And I love that moment. I love that reveal within this chapter. Bresboy comes in with a 5 and says, it's poetic how Oda is showing Garp's effect on all of the admirals. How Kiji in the battleship bags, and now Kizaru channeling monkey direct deposit. That's great. That's crazy, Bresboy. Monkey direct deposit is crazy, dude. Straight up, man. That's the Garp effect on all of the admirals. That is the Garp effect, man. Hey, listen, as far as I'm concerned, Akainu also shows that because he talked back to the Gorosei back at the end of Dressrosa, so. 100% Josh Pointer. 100%. It really does add a lot to Kizaru's characterization. It really does. And like you said, yeah, it makes sense. Makes more sense. So this is what Josh Pointer says. I think this chapter adds more characterization to Kizaru as it makes more sense to his hesitation in this chapter and his unclear justice. In this chapter, he may have been suffering a lot. Yeah, no, 100%. Especially within the arc. He must have been suffering a lot, man. Doing what he was doing. Yeah, 100% Shokan Akuma. Normal paper would only ash away. No doubt. Yo, Don Solo, that was my favorite panel of the chapter. Kizaru doing the Nika dance. Kizaru, Sentomaru, Vegapunk, Bonnie, and Kuma all doing the Nika dance, man. That meant something to me. That was beautiful, dude. That was really, really special. That was extremely special. Yeah, no, 100%. Radloon with the Revolutionary Army being hurt mentally by what happened to Kuma. You can see it within the chapter, right? Yo, that's true, King Hobojo. Bonnie got kicked to the flag darts. I just remembered that. Oh my goodness, dude. Vortex also, after JJK, started to work on a wrestling manga. Have some character designs down. You gotta check Discord, coach. It's gonna take a while for the first chapter though, but excited. Dude, that is awesome, man. Hold on, the wrestling manga is that goes hard. Let me see. Ooh, good character designs, bro. I love the first one. The second one.
Vortex, can I show this on screen? Can I show what you sent me on screen? Yo, these designs go hard, man. This design goes crazy. And this design goes crazy, too. These are all great. But, bro, this caught me so off guard. Sure. Ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Let me pull up the camera to make sure y'all see this, bro. Look at what Vortex just sent me, man. Do y'all recognize this being right here? Look at this man. Look at him. Who does that remind you of, man? This is crazy. Yo, dude, that drawing goes hard, man. That drawing goes hard, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. That's like a dream drawing right there, man. Yo, I love these character designs, though, Vortex. They go really, really hard, man. Dude, that joke was so sick, bro. In real life, narrator Sama lazy mofos. It's insane, man. It's insane. Yo, Vortex, you outdid yourself with this, man. You really, really outdid yourself with this. This is incredible. Oh, man. Yo, Vortex, I cannot wait for this manga, dude. You already know how big of a fan I am of this. But the other character designs, on a serious note, they look really, really cool. And you already know how I am for sports manga. So whenever you start getting close to publishing, if you want somebody to look over it or anything, dog, I will most certainly love to be a part of that creative process, man. You just let me know. Coach Khan is going to come back for the Saturn versus Nika playoffs. 100%. I'm coming back whenever the Eagles make the Super Bowl, because we are. Eagles versus Niners, who's winning? The Eagles. Though the Niners can win, and I honestly wouldn't put it past them, considering we have barely gotten out of our last 4 games. It needed comeback victories after that. Jalen Hurts is the reason why we got out with a victory, but the what's that called? The Niners can most certainly win, but I'm still going with the Eagles. Nothing but love to you, Vortex, man. Going from JJK to a wrestling manga, dude. That's so cool. That is so cool. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been chapter 1100. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Like I said earlier, currently still, since we're in the middle of finals, for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully we get another Wednesday drop next week so we can be here to deliver another early chapter reaction. But if not, we will most certainly be back at some point next week in the middle of the final season. Don't know how the rest of the year is going to go in regards to chapter releases, but I'm very, very excited to see what will be in store for us. Hopefully we get 2 or 3 more chapters. I'm predicting 3, at least for us. 2 for the official. And then we'll see what goes on from there. The episodes, it looks like, well, we're reaching 1061 on January 7th, which means the next couple of weeks are going to go to 1058, 1059, 1060. So, very much looking forward to that. But ladies and gentlemen, One Piece chapter 1100, man. One Piece chapter 1100, dude. I love this chapter. I loved everything about this chapter. The character interactions, how emotional it was, Kuma greatness, Bonnie greatness, seeing so many of my favorite characters on screen. It was great, dude. It was great, man. I really feel for you, King Hobujo. Because I mean, Joey B was actually, the Bengals were coming back. You guys started off to a slow start. But y'all were putting in work, man, and once that happened, I was like, that season done. That season done, man. Nothing but love to y'all, man. Oh, yeah, real for sure, Vortex, man. You already know, dude. You already know. I got you with the lines, dog. I got you with the lines. We'll make that happen.
We'll make that happen. Yo, nothing but love to y'all, man. Seriously, thank you for being here. It was a lot of fun. I'll put up the afterthoughts thing right after this for anyone who wants to put down any comments for that, so we can discuss them in the afterthoughts. And man, what in the world is 1101 gonna have for us? A Luffy Kuma potential meetup, man. I can't even imagine how peak that is going to be. By the flag, Narzi's broken in half. After this chapter, I can tell you that is most certainly accurate. Most certainly, man. So, I will see y'all next time. Thank you so much for being here, yo. One Piece chapter 1100. One of the best chapters of the year. And just filled with so many things that makes the series so special. So, we'll see y'all for 1101. And for the first chapter of Post Wano as well, being animated in the anime as well. So, I'll see y'all. Take care. Nothing but love to everybody. What a great celebration stream. Peak chapter.